Okay, this is going to be like a quick little dream report, I guess is what you could call it. So, I had some dreams last night. Had 2 dreams. Now, the interesting thing is, actually, I had dreams the previous 2 nights as well, but I didn't remember them. And this is part of why you're listening to if you're listening to my podcast, the first 2 episodes, I mentioned that my girlfriend is kind of my conduit. So she came over and spent the night last night. She didn't spend the 2 nights before then. And so it's like I was in a deeper sleep, and when I came out of it, I was able to remember better my dreams. So she's kind of integral to my trips and to my dreams and everything like that. And And then a couple other interesting things happened when I got to work. When I got to work, there were a lot of my coworkers that had mentioned that in the last few nights they hadn't gotten a good night of sleep either. That they had been waking up in the middle of the night and things like that. So to get to these dreams here, I had 2 dreams. The second one I don't remember as well, or it was a lot shorter. I can't tell which is which. But the first dream, it starts off basically a building is being constructed, and it's just like the first floor of the building that is currently being worked on. And so I'm there, and I have something I need to do in a specific room. I need to build a very specific room, or I need to build something in a specific room. It's almost like I don't know what the right word would be. Basically, there's only one room I'm really supposed to work on, but the problem is the room doesn't have its flooring down. The walls are up, but that's just about it. And they're all made of stone, stone. They're all made of stone. And so someone tells me, hey, you need to go put, and this was wrong, but this is what he said. He said, you need to go put the drywall on the ground. Now, I knew immediately that it wasn't drywall I was supposed to put on the ground. I was supposed to put tile on the ground. So the person was wrong. But they said before you can go do that, you need to go ask the what are they called? Not the architect, the foreman. You need to ask the foreman or what to do, So I went over and I said to the foreman, hey, can I put down this, can I start putting down the flooring? That's what I said to him. I said, can I put down the flooring, not the drywall? Because I knew that was wrong. I said, can I start putting down the flooring? And he said, yeah, absolutely. But then, and the interesting thing is I couldn't see the foreman's face, to tell you the truth, or I can't repicture it now. And so, anyways, the foreman said to me, hey, come with me real quick. I want to show you what the building's going to be like when it's finished. And I said, okay, all right, well, let's go. And so someone else was with me, and it wasn't the person who told me to go ask him, but there was another person with me. So all together, there's 3 of us walking together, the foreman, me, and one other person. And we walk into an elevator, and it's inside the building. The building's just walls right now, but there's an elevator for some reason in it. And when we get in the elevator goes up. So when the elevator goes up, we go to the 2nd and 3rd floor, which originally weren't there, but now they're there. Now the 2nd and 3rd floor appear, and many more floors above it. But we only go up to the 2nd or 3rd floor. And we get out, and the building turns out to be like a hotel, basically. But it's really fancy, really nice hotel. And it's basically set up in one long linear line, so it's kind of straight. There's a little bit of a curve, somewhere in the middle, so it's almost like a slight V shape, but it's more linear than that. More linear than V. Let's just say that. How's that? And in the middle, there's like so basically the foreman's shown me around. He's shown me the rooms, and he's shown me the amenities and things like that. And he shows me, like, in the middle, there's like the shape of the building is kind of slightly circular, very, very slightly circular. And right in the middle there's like a shop, kind of like, it's like you can get food there, you can get like souvenirs and things like that as well. And he said, keep coming with me. And we go down to the far end of the hallway. So we've traversed the entire length of the hotel basically, and we're on the far side. And there's another elevator on that side. And so right there, and this would be the right-hand side of the building, I guess. If the building is the V and it's facing forward, we're on the right-hand side of the building now. And the last room is a suite, and it's it's not the biggest suite in the building. He explains that. He says, this isn't the biggest suite in the building, but it's a very, very, it's one of our nicer suites. Why don't you stay there? And I said, okay, cool. And just then the elevator opens up, and my family comes out of the elevator. Mostly my immediate family. I would say it's like my sisters, my mom, and my dad. Those are the people that get out of the elevator. I think my dog is there too, to tell you the truth, but I'm not really for sure. I don't know. Something is there. Yeah, I think my dog's there as well. So. And that's kind of the end of the dream right there. That's about the time I woke up. And I woke up in it's the middle of the night. It's like 2 or 3 in the morning, if I had to guess. I'm not really sure. I know I looked at my clock, but I don't remember what the time was. So that was the first dream. Now, one thing that happened after that was I immediately remembered some of my really old dreams. Like when I dream, I usually dream of the same place. It's usually there's a city that I dream of. And in that city, there are certain places I've gone to many, many times. Like there's a mall, and the mall is very architecturally unique, I would say. It's not like any mall that you've ever been to in real life. But you can tell it's a mall still. I can still tell it's a mall. Like, it has shops and things like that. It's just shaped differently. So that was one thing that popped into my mind after I woke up. And then another one that popped into my mind is there's an airport that I often go to in the dream. And that airport is also uniquely shaped. And so we have these things, these architectural... I think this was the point of these dreams. I'm not really sure. There's something about architect. But anyways, so then the second dream, so then I fall back asleep. Now the second dream, I had gone outside of the city, outside of my city that I'm usually in, and I was in kind of the countryside, inside of, it was very, I don't know, once again, an idealized version of a countryside. And I'm there visiting with someone. I don't really know who it is, to tell you the truth. I mean, to be honest, it was someone like Jordan Peterson. I'm not going to say it was Jordan Peterson, but someone that kind of reminded me of that kind of, like, an intellectual person that understood things like probably like archetypes or something like that. You know what I mean? It was just an intelligent person that I kind of respected. And I think I was getting information from them. So then I got to get in my car, and I'm not driving like one of my real cars. It was just my car in the dream, which was its own thing. So I'm driving the car, and I get on the highway to head further into the countryside, and the road is 5 lanes. So first it starts off as 2 lanes, like normal American highway type stuff. There's 3 lanes going in one direction. There's 2 lanes going back the other direction, okay? And so I'm on the 3 lanes that are heading, further out into the wilderness or whatever, or into the... That's interesting I said that. It wasn't the wilderness, it was just the countryside, but Maybe it's symbolic of the wilderness or something. I don't know. There's 3 lanes going in one direction. So then what happens is I get to a point where the road changes over. It's almost like I entered a new county or a new district, or I don't know what you want to call it. It's like I entered into a place where the road was new and it was maintained by somebody else, somebody different. And so when I entered into that road, the road changed the way it was just the way it worked. So instead of the 3 lanes being on the right side and 2 lanes being on the left side, all of a sudden the 3 lanes were in the center, and there was 1 lane on the left and 1 lane on the right. Now the 2 lanes, the one that were on the one that was on the left and the one that was on the right, were the 2 that were heading back. But the 3 in the center are the ones that are still going forward. So basically I'm riding in the middle lane of 5 lanes, but it's the appropriate direction. So it's interesting. This is also another, like, I guess it kind of ties into the architect type theme of these of the feelings that I was getting and the themes I was seeing. So it's like there's 3 distinct directions or distinct lanes going forward, and those are the lanes that you're supposed to be on, because the other 2 lanes are coming at you, and if you drift off into those lanes, then you're going to get hit by another car that's oncoming going in the opposite direction or something like that, right? It's I don't know. See, I'm starting to extrapolate kind of their meaning, I guess, when I start saying things like that, because really in the dream I was just driving. I recognized that the road had changed, and I did have to grapple with it for a second. Like in the dream, I looked at it, I'm like, wait a minute, whoa, the lanes changed, and I've never seen this lane change like this before. And I'm like, which way on? Where am I supposed to be? And I just kind of like rode in the middle, and I realized, I was like, wait a minute, am I supposed to be on the right side? And I started to go, I switched into the center right lane and was about to go into the right lane, but I noticed the car that was oncoming, and I'm like, whoa, wait a minute now. So that must be the right direction. So then I went over to the left lane, the left center lane, and I was looking into the far left lane, and I was like, okay, maybe I'm supposed to be over there. And there was still a car that was oncoming, and so then I was like, no, okay, I'm supposed to be in the center. And so I got in the center, and the last part, right before I woke up, I had to go around a corner, like the road kind of bended, and I went around the corner, and I was going fast enough that I kind of felt like, oh shoot, I need to slow down a little bit, but I still need to stay in the center lane. So I was able to maintain the fact that I was in the center lane, but then I still kept going forward. So anyways, yeah, those are my dreams. I don't know if they have any significance or not. I had just listened to yesterday. I had listened to, I don't know if these are all related or if they're not related, or if I'm just trying to tie things together, and I don't know, maybe that's, I guess some people would say that's the ego or the pride or the hubris or something like that. But I had listened to Jordan Peterson the day before. I listened to him a lot the day before, and one of the things he was talking about was the 2, it's about when you have 2 dreams. So anyways, alright, I guess that's it for this little, I don't know, this is just like a little segment. This isn't actually part of the podcast. I'll get back to the podcast tonight and record episode 3, in which I'll talk about my, I think it was like my 4th or 5th trip it must have been, because my 3rd and my 4th trip I don't really remember too well, or my 3rd or 4th trip. There are some in there that I'm missing memories of, but I probably just because they weren't very profound. But anyways, all right, thanks very much.